We all know that IC gets flared by stress, but stress is different for different patients. So, for some, stress could be financial stress. They don't have enough money, or even if they do have enough money, they need more money. They are trying to earn, they are not able to earn. For some, it could be that they are not being able to meet their deadlines. In office, they are not being able to complete their work on time. That could be stress. Some people get stressed because the children are not listening to them. And there are so many types of stress. Some people can get stressed just by getting stuck in traffic. Similarly, have you ever noticed that there are some people in your life whose presence is itself to whose presence itself is enough to create stress? Have you ever noticed, is there anyone in your life whose presence makes your muscles tight? You feel, you start unconsciously clenching your jaws or tightening your muscles. I'm sure everyone has at least one person जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, जिसको देख के ही हमारा दिमाग खराब हो जाता है. There are people in your life whose presence is enough to induce stress. So I have noticed that in my life, there is this particular person. Whenever that person is around me, somehow I get icy flare up. And often I used to wonder that what is the relationship? Is it coincidence that every time this person comes to visit and I get a flare? But now I know that I have so much of repressed anger towards this person that just the presence of this person is enough to, trigger me. And honestly speaking, now perhaps the person is not even doing anything. The person is not doing anything to me right now. But I have so much of retrospective anger. Like when I was maybe 20 years back, this person had said me things, had done things to me, and was very mean to me, and did crossed my boundaries, invaded my privacy, and so many things this person did. And back then I was young, I was naive, and I was not the woman that I am today. Back then I couldn't speak up. I couldn't protect my boundaries. I let that person have way. And now, almost after 20 years, when I see that person, all those memories, they kind of get triggered. And all the things that I couldn't say back then, even now I cannot say anything, but all those things, those memories, they kind of create stress in me. And I have noticed, now I actually consciously notice this, because earlier I used to not understand the correlation, but now I realize that whenever that person is around, like when we are in the same room, I notice that somehow my muscles, they start tightening. I feel my breath become shallow. And I remember when I was diagnosed with IC, and then when I went for pelvic floor therapy, my therapist had said that I hold lot of stress and tension in my pelvic floor, and I have this tendency of tightening my pelvic floor whenever I'm stressed or anxious. And now I consciously notice this. Whenever this person is around, now I notice, yes, I do this. My muscles automatically get tightened. So now because now I am aware of the situation, whenever this person is, I cannot avoid this person is there in my life. But whenever that person is around, what I try to do is, I try to breathe, deep breathing. I practice deep breathing. I consciously try to, relax my muscles. And the thing that I do is, I just try to avoid this person as much as possible. When the person is in room A, I go to room B. When the person tries to talk to me, I don't fight or I don't argue or anything, but I keep my answers very short and just, very polite, but short. I don't want to engage in any conversation, because I know the moment I engage in conversation with this person, something will happen. There will be a flare up, and I don't want to deal with any kind of arguments or victim playing and all those drama. I am done with. So now I just avoid. And this is something I think all of you should do. There are people in our lives. Somebody may have a difficult boss, somebody may have a difficult co-worker, somebody may have a difficult family member. So in that case, it's at times it's not possible to avoid these people. You have to deal with these people on a daily basis, but what you can do is you can protect yourself. So just observe if your body is reacting. Often our brain reacts later, our body reacts first. There is the saying that body keeps the score. So this is very true. Your body, even if somebody had insulted you 30 years back, your body remembers that, and the moment that person is around, maybe you are thinking, I'm fine with this person, I've overcome, but maybe your body has not. So your nervous system may not have relaxed. So you will notice that there are some people whose presence makes you genuinely happy. Your body relaxes. But there are people with whom maybe you're polite, you're not fighting, you're not arguing, you're very polite, but maybe your body is not relaxed. Your nervous system is not relaxed. You don't feel safe in the presence of this person. So what you need to do is you need to take deep breaths. You need to tell yourself that it's okay, whatever happened, it's okay, it's okay. And then this is how gradually you have to calm your nervous system. And once your nervous system calms down, your body starts feeling safe, your IC flare up will also go down. Because for us, IC is a symptom. In this case, the flare up is a symptom that something else is going on. And this is how I have started, loving myself, that okay, fine, whatever this person did to me was 20 years back. Now this person is not doing anything to me, and whatever anger I'm feeling is an old anger. I cannot go back 20 years and, redeem that thing. But now there is no point getting angry. But there are days when just the sight of this person irritates me. But then again, I tell myself, no, I have to calm down. I have to relax. I need to do deep breathing and all. And this is how I am managing. Because last month, when I met this person, after long, I had this very bad flare up. But then, maybe it was also because of the heat also. I'm not entirely blaming this person. It could also be because the heat was also bad. So maybe it was because of the heat. Maybe I also had some other stress also. And I also had mangoes and all. It could be for multiple reasons. But also, this person also contributed. This person was also probably one of the reasons. And now, whenever I see this person, I am practicing, this breathing and relaxing, and I'm just going out. Whenever this person is trying to irritate me, I start feeling that, okay, the irritation is coming back. I just go out, or I just go to a different room, or I just start doing some other activity so that my mind gets diverted from this person. So I hope this video helped. And if you have such a person in your life whose presence is just enough to trigger you, just let me know in the comments. Thank you. See you next week.